D&D is full of fun and unique spells that are great on their own, but when combined with others, they can create some truly devastating combos. Today, we're breaking down some of the most powerful spell combos that will allow you to overwhelm your enemies in style. So whether you're looking to control the battlefield, dish out massive damage, or lay the perfect trap, these combos are guaranteed to add excitement to your next session. Let's start things off with a combination that I like to call fast food, which combines these spells Polymorph and Haste. Polymorph is a spell that allows you to transform a creature into a beast with a challenge rating equal to or less than your target's current level. The creature adopts the stat block of the beast, gaining its physical abilities along with temporary hit points equal to the total health of that beast. But it does so while retaining its personality, alignment, and their own actual hit points. Haste, on the other hand, is a third level spell that grants its target a plethora of different benefits. Firstly, it doubles their speed. Secondly, their AC is increased by 2. Thirdly, they gain advantage on dexterity saving throws. And fourth, they gain an additional action each turn. To clarify here, because so many people get this wrong, Haste does not allow you to get an extra attack action with multi-attack. It only allows for one additional attack with your hasted action. Because of this, we want to combo it with something that has an incredibly powerful single attack. And this is where I introduce you to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. The T-Rex has a 2-part multi-attack with 1 bite attack and 1 tail attack. The bite attack in particular deals a whopping 4d12 plus 7 damage, while the tail attack deals 3d8 plus 7 damage. And with that tiny bit of context, you can probably see the picture that I'm going for here. In this combo, you polymorph a targeted party member into a T-Rex, and then someone else casts Haste on them. Once hasted, the T-Rex gains an additional action which can be used to make a second bite attack. This setup allows the T-Rex to bite twice, potentially dealing an average of 62 damage from just the bite attacks alone. And if you add the tail attack damage on top of that, you can easily average over 80 damage from just a single turn. On top of that, the T-Rex has a giant health pool of 136 hit points on average, and they become incredibly mobile from haste, taking their speed from 50 to 100. This is not only a giant wall of hit points for enemies to get through, but this extra speed allows them complete freedom over the battlefield to wreak havoc upon your enemies. And considering this combo comes online as early as level 8, you can make quick work of any combat encounter in a single turn with your new Hasted T-Rex buddy. So if you like the idea of dominating battle with your super fast dinosaur friend, then make sure that you and your party plan for the fast food combo. Next up on our list, we have a combo that I like to call Bad Breath, which brings together the spells Animate Dead and Dragon's Breath. Animate Dead is a 3rd level spell that allows you to raise zombies that follow your command. Dragon's Breath, on the other hand, is a 2nd level spell that allows a creature to exhale a 15-foot cone of elemental damage. You can choose the damage type when you cast a spell, being either acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison, but for this combo, we generally want to stick with the poison damage. In the combo, we want to start by animating a group of zombies to be your front line. You then cast Dragon's Breath on one of the zombies and allow them to exhale poison damage in a cone, and you might now see where this is going. The rest of the zombies grapple and restrain enemies, keeping them in one place, while the Breath zombie uses its newly gained ability atop the grappled enemies. And we chose poison damage specifically because zombies are immune to it. So your zombie can use its Dragon Breath ability to continually deal damage to the creatures without worrying about damaging your minions. The damage isn't really super high, but realistically speaking, zombies don't deal that much damage anyways, so this is an easy way to deal area of effect damage that is at least semi-decent. But if we wanted to amplify the effect, we could also combine this with another spell like Cloud Kill. This is a 5th level spell that creates a 20-foot radius sphere of poisonous fog. The fog heavily obscures the area, but it also deals 5d8 poison damage or half as much on a successful Constitution saving throw to every creature within the area. We already talked about how zombies are immune to poison damage, so you effectively blanket the entire grappling mob of zombies in that Cloud Kill, and then whatever's in there is pretty much screwed. The combo does require concentration from multiple different casters, but if you can get it off, you not only have a frontline soaking potential damage, but a very good way of disrupting enemies and dealing consistent damage over time. So if you're one of the fans of the necromantic style of play, then make sure you take a look at the Bad Breath combo for your next session. For the 3rd combo of today, we move into the Annuals of D... Is it Annuals? 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 We move into the history of D&D with one of the most classic combos, the Blast and Burn, combining the spells Web and Fireball. This is the classic quintessential D&D combo you're likely already aware of. Web is the second level spell that creates a 20-foot cube of sticky webs that count as difficult terrain. Creatures within the web must make a dexterity saving throw or become restrained by the web, which just so happens to give disadvantage on further dexterity saving throws. And on the other hand, we have Fireball, but I think we all know what that does. Creatures caught within the Fireball blast must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 8d6 fire damage, or half as much on a successful save. Simple enough. I'm pretty sure even if you don't play D&D, you know what Fireball does. Simply cast Web on a group of creatures to impose the restrained condition on them, and then kaboom. Restrained creatures have disadvantage on their dexterity saving throws against Fireball, which increases the likelihood they take full damage. But another key part here is that Web is flammable and burns away when exposed to fire. Once Fireball ignites the web, any remaining creatures in that area take an additional 2d4 fire damage on top as the webs burn away. And it's worth mentioning here that creatures don't have to be restrained to take the extra damage. As long as they are within that webbed area, they will take the extra 2d4 damage regardless. Overall, this is a simple bread and butter combo that most D&D players should have in their back pocket at all times. So if you want to go back to a simpler time when power creep wasn't even a worry, then take a look at the Blast and Burn combo. Next up, we move into a more niche combo with one that I like to call the Glyph of Summoning, which combines Glyph of Warding with any summoning spell. Glyph of Warding allows you to inscribe a magical glyph on the surface of an object, which can either 1. Explode, or 2. Store a spell which is released upon certain conditions being met. You have full control over those conditions, and you set them when you cast the spell. For example, you can set the glyph to activate when someone opens a chest, maybe when they step on a certain area, or maybe if they even touch an object. For the sake of the explanation of the combo, I'm going to just use the Summon Lesser Demons variant of our summoning spells just to explain it. Summon Lesser Demons is a 3rd level spell that summons anywhere from 2 to 8 demons that are determined randomly. The demons vary in strength, being anything from an abyssal chicken all the way up to a maw demon, and attack any creature in its immediate vicinity when they're summoned just due to their chaotic nature. And this is where you start to understand the combo. The strength of this combo lies in its ability to provide both a deterrent and a direct response to intrusions. By storing Summon Lesser Demons into a glyph, you essentially turn that glyph into a trap that springs a swarm of demons on any trespassers. The randomness of these summons adds an unpredictable element, but even the weakest summoned creatures can overwhelm any unprepared enemies just by their sheer numbers. It's particularly useful when protecting valuable locations or items. Unlike traps, which can be disarmed, once you set the trigger, you can effectively make this unavoidable. This combo is definitely a bit niche, being relevant in only certain scenarios, but it can be an incredibly powerful tool when you need to protect something of great value. So if you need to make damn sure something is protected, then the Glyph of Summoning is a great option. And finally, the 5th and final combo for today is one that I call Telekinetic Burns, and it combines the 4th level spell Wall of Fire with the 5th level spell Telekinesis. Wall of Fire is pretty self-explanatory, but it creates a wall of fire that can be up to 60 feet long, or a ring of fire that can be a 20-foot diameter circle. The flames reach 20 feet high and deal 5d8 fire damage to any creature within 10 feet of one side of the wall. When you create a ring of fire with a 20-foot diameter, the benefit of that is that any creature within that ring is close enough to take damage from the wall of fire. However, the drawback of the spell is that creatures will take the damage and then likely just move out of the area. And this is where Telekinesis comes into play. Telekinesis allows you to move a creature anywhere within 30 feet with a contested strength check against your spellcasting ability modifier. If a creature fails that check, then you can pick them up and reposition them directly back into the flames, forcing them to take damage all over again. Telekinesis also imposes the restrained condition, which gives disadvantage on all dexterity saving throws, making them more likely to also fail against the save of the wall, dealing full damage. This combo can realistically deal a lot of damage over the course of a combat, as long as you continually move a creature back into the fire. It's particularly effective against single creatures with lower strength scores, so you can just keep moving them back when they lose their checks. While the need for a contested roll does add a layer of uncertainty, the high damage potential of Wall of Fire combined with the control of Telekinesis makes it an incredibly potent combo. So if you need to lock down enemies and deal damage while you're doing it, then make sure you pull out the Telekinetic Burns combo. And that does it for 5 super powerful spell combos in D&D 5th edition, but what do you think? Are these some of the most powerful spell combos you've ever heard, or did I miss some? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you're looking for more ways to enjoy the game, why not hit the like button and subscribe for more epic spell breakdowns, combos, or maybe a couple DM tips or two for DMs who have players that might watch videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.